Good day. My name is Robert Hupertz, and I'll be talking to you about the marketing plan for SureGuide Australia. SureGuide is a leading manufacturer of belt tracking products in the mining and conveyor industry. The company was originally founded in South Africa in 1992 and has since served the South African and international mining and conveyor industry with great success. The focus of this marketing plan is on SureGuide Australia, which started manufacturing in Melbourne, Victoria in 2011, allowing for reduced cost and faster delivery times within the Asia-Pacific region. Conveyor belts are one of the more critical and expensive assets for an organization to maintain. SureGuide develops products that help overcome the challenges faced in the conveyor industry. The company's value proposition states that SureGuide trackers provide reliable conveyor belt tracking technology to help businesses with conveyor assets to improve safety, prolong conveyor life, increase production, and reduce downtime and wastage through unique engineering design that continually reacts to keep a conveyor belt centered without exerting stress on the belt and requires little or no maintenance. There are many reasons that cause a belt to misalign, as can be seen from the slide, and this can become a very costly problem for an organization. The SureGuide tracker is uniquely designed and has a uniquely designed pivot module, which is a simple mechanism that ensures the tracker activates immediately as the belt moves off center. The tracker continually reacts to keep the belt centered without exerting stress on the belt. In this example, you will actually see a small video showing how the belt corrects itself. So you can see here that the belt is moving to the top, it is moving over the edge of the idler, and then because the pin pivots, it slowly corrects the belt back into center and keeps it running that way. And the reason the belt moves left or right can sometimes be the load that gets poured onto the belt, and that's why these trackers are essential for proper running. There are many benefits of using the SureGuide tracker. It responds instantly to belt alignment. Its function never fades over time, as the entire brains of the system is actually inside the roller and not on the outside of the roller. Other benefits are that the roller doesn't necessarily have to be replaced, but the rubber on the outside can be refurbished at approximately 50% of the cost. It carries a 2-year warranty on new and refurbished units, and there's a free 30-day trial on standard sizes. The following up map of America shows the business locations in 2016 and 17 for the mining industry. The grey area is what they call the coal zone, so there's less than 10 business locations in those, whereas when you look at a hot zone like WA, which is indicated by the brown, there are greater than 100 business locations. So it's a clear indication for SureGuide to break into the WA mining sector. It is well represented in New South Wales and in Queensland, also in Vietnam and Indonesia, but still need to make a big impact in WA. The other thing is also that it is not limited to the mining industry. SureGuide also services sugar mills, refineries, quarries, and cement factories. Market trends can be described as follows, and it shows that the annual growth between 2012 and 2017 is at a negative 3.8%. The industry is in decline, and it is being impacted largely through import of the product because of the strong Australian dollar, because countries like China, South Africa, Eastern Europe can manufacture these products for far less than the manufacturing industry within Australia. An annual growth is anticipated from 2017 to 2022. There's some indication that the Chinese market will increase again, but mines have gone from a project and building phase into more of an operational phase. So they will be spending more of their money on maintenance rather than procuring more assets. One of the main marketing channels for SureGuide is distributors through the distribution channels. It is the main and most effective marketing channel. It is indirect via conveyor solution distributors throughout Australia. The distributors maintain ongoing relationships directly with end users of the SureGuide product, as the trackers are complementary to their product offering. Other communication channels are magazine, the Mining Monthly, cold calling on the telephone, and this can also be warranty and support. There's an internet website where customers can have a look at the product, and they can call into SureGuide to get contacts to their distributors in their areas. And there are also conferences and trade shows where SureGuide joins their distributors to market the product. And finally, there are also service channels through the warranty and refurbishment. Again, with the distributors, there's training offered to make sure that they have good knowledge of the product. And there's also occasionally technical support where SureGuide staff will actually go on site to help install or have a look at a warranty issue. By looking at SureGuide's internal and external factors, I've been able to do a basic SWOT analysis for the company. And some of the strengths that SureGuide has is its low-cost manufacturing. It sources its material from low labor cost countries, namely South Africa and China. And most of the production activities occur in these countries, which essentially allows the product to be assembled in Australia rather than manufactured. This keeps the costs quite low. We also have the ability to import trackers. So imports are expected to account for about 63% of domestic demand in 2016 and 17. So again, this places SureGuide to take advantage of the trend in this industry. Some of the weaknesses are limited marketing channels. It really is mainly through distributor and business to business or B2B model. It is really in the mining industry very common for these companies to set up a panel of preferred suppliers through whom they procure assets and materials. There's often agreement on preferential pricing with these suppliers to allow them to be on their panels. Mines also prefer to deal with large companies. When we look at the financials, we'll see that SureGuide has a poor cash flow and a poor asset base. When you do not have a strong balance sheet, it does make it hard to finance marketing activities. Some of the opportunities that exist are broadening its market segments, trying not just to focus on the mining industry, but also to explore other areas within the market. And some of the threats are international politics. So again, the South African economic environment is very unstable, mainly due to political instability in the country. And since SureGuide Australia sources the bulk of its materials from South Africa, this is a great concern for the company if it's not able to source similar parts from elsewhere in the world. And then finally, also the economic stability in the mining sector. So there's no longer a boom in the mining industry, and that has tapered off significantly, which has a direct impact. to the SureGuide product. From a financial dashboard, one can see quite clearly that when you look at the product sales per annum, that doesn't look too bad. Also, when you look at the gross profit per annum, it seems like the revenue that's coming in and the cost of sales that go against that revenue still enables the company to make a gross profit. The big issue is that it doesn't have enough money to cover the operating expenditure per annum. And this, except for the year 2011, puts it in a loss position. These have been greater and smaller losses, but it is quite clear that the company needs to generate more revenue. Finally, I come to the marketing objectives of SureGuide. Early signs indicate that SureGuide Australia will need to increase its revenue to cover its fixed costs and break even. Marketing efforts should concentrate on increasing revenue in the first instance. Once this has been achieved, the company should tackle the next goals of increasing knowledge of the brand and breaking into the Western Australian market if it wants to become one of the top 3 brands in the belt tracking industry in Australia and the Asia Pacific region by 2020. An alternate strategy for the company could be to go back to importing the trackers and having no manufacturing or assembly in Australia, as this will keep the fixed costs down. This will increase delivery times but keep costs down, and considering the trackers are a niche product, customers may be willing to accept longer leads for delivery. Thank you for listening to my presentation.